All right, time to grill. Hey Will, can you pass me my thermometer? No, the good one.
Oh, sorry.
There we go, that's what I'm talking about. So our team, Five Guys and Ribeyes, wanted to design a gradient meat thermometer that would allow the user to cook a perfect steak every time. How? It eliminates the guesswork involved, as we mentioned earlier, in figuring out where exactly you're taking the temperature reading by using multiple sensors throughout the depth of the steak, and that'll allow you to take discrete measurements and therefore create the temperature profile. As you can imagine, the opposite ends are going to, the outsides of the steak are going to be a little hotter than the inside. That's what gets you that pink middle appearance, right? And it's what a lot of people look for, and it's a little difficult to judge when all you have are traditional methods such as the color, as when you cut into the steak, or testing the tenderness, which for the inexperienced griller, someone who's barely getting into it, but like steak, that's hard to master. Current meat thermometers only have one sensor, right? So whenever you're grilling, it's difficult to know with those thermometers where the sensor is within the probe. But also, once you're actually taking the temperature of the steak, it's hard to know where in the steak that sensor is taking the temperature readings. This device allows you with this knob to set that this is my threshold, this is where I'm going to consider my steak done. By moving this on the user interface, you'll see a horizontal red line, and then you'll have the different bar graphs, and each bar graph represents a different one of these sensors. When the probe is inserted in the steak, they're blue, and it has a number that indicates the temperature that sensor is currently at. Once that sensor has hit the threshold temperature of what you consider the optimal temperature for your consumption, it'll hit that horizontal line, and then it'll go from blue to red, indicating that it's now at and or above the temperature that you want. So one of the biggest obstacles our team encountered was that when we use one sensor, there isn't really any interaction affecting the temperature readings. But now that we've introduced multiple sensors, now that we've got 7, if you have 7 sensors all reading the same metal surface, that metal surface is going to conduct the heat a lot. And so those 7 sensors are going to end up flattening out and converging to one temperature over time, as you're grilling over an open flame, that kind of thing. So the way that we overcame that obstacle was that we have the individual thermistors placed in these sensor caps, and so we adhere them with thermal paste, and that is highly heat conductive relative to the material of the probe, which is just like an ABS printed plastic. We've got another version with PEEK plastic, which is resistant to higher temperature in the flame. For the past few years, knowing that showcase and senior design was the goal and the pinnacle of my engineering degree at Rice, I was always a little worried about what kind of team I would end up on. But I really couldn't imagine a much better team. Our team was very unified. We were very cohesive, and it's a group of 4 mechanical engineers, and I'm the electrical engineer. But everybody really came together to work as a team, work as one unit. A couple of mechanical engineers took on a lot of the electrical engineering side to help me out and make this project a success. And then we always met together, worked together. We just had a very good synergy among the team members, and everybody knew where to when to step up and how to help out the others. A couple of our guys are captains on the cross country team, so they had to travel a bit. So the other few of us knew when we needed to step it up, and when the other ones were traveling, it was just a very supportive group. We all worked very well together, and I think it's a model senior design team. I do see this being a multi-year project, because there is a long way to go in order to have a new gold grilling standard as a tool. What was cool is that this was the first year that this project was offered, and so it was great to be able to have an idea, a general concept of what we wanted and what was the goal, and be able to take it from an idea to several early prototypes, and then actually get to design and create our prototype and have a functional prototype. So far it's working great. We've had a lot of positive feedback. A lot of people have been very interested in the project. We did some testing before the senior design showcase, and actually at the senior design showcase, and we actually got to show them our thermometer in action as we were grilling, and then also serve some samples so that they could see it really does help you consistently cook a very good steak.